Hey, back from South Africa. Literally just walked in like 12 minutes ago. Well, now it's been like 22 minutes ago. Praise God, I made it. I will want to tell you off bat, you're a U.S. citizen searching for a good man on the continent of the Americas, North America. Wrong. You need to just get on that plane, going over to especially for all of our African women, African American queens, just hot planes going over to Africa, South Africa. So before we get started on these attributes, let me just tell you a quick clip of a story. You know, Jabril talks all the time about manifestation being on this podcast and how that's going to magically manifest a man on my front door. I didn't believe that was going to happen. I just believe that it would be perfect alignment by, talking about these issues and, encountering the past and mixing that with the present, that would align where I would be. And so one of our future episodes will be talking about manifesting your ideal mate, but that's not tonight. But I will say this. I literally was in South Africa for 10 days. And in one day, I got a proposal and 3 men after that asked me to stay in South Africa. So didn't know any of these men. Literally, I was talking with my friend as we talk about relationships. Women, we always talk about relationships, either ones we've been in, ones we're going through, ones we're looking to get in or whatever. And I leaned back and my friend Patrice, and I said, yeah, because we both are divorcees. And I said, I like to think that we should be telling these men, you don't have to lie to kick it. When it's time to exit the relationship, just be grown and man enough to have the same type of conversation you had with getting us. Have that same conversation that you want to exit, because you'll save us a lot of headache, trauma, and so much more by just being real, being honest. It's like, yeah, okay, you didn't want to hurt me, but lying to me hurts me more because now I have to wait for the lies to unravel themselves days later, weeks later, months, years, whenever God says that I am now equipped to handle the truth at whatever juncture that is without getting mad and wanting to go, insane on him. But so I leaned back and I'm like, yeah, he didn't have to lie to kick it. He could just say, look, I'm not in love anymore. I want to be married anymore. And that's it. You didn't have to go through all these changes. Like, I would have got over it quickly because it's the type of woman that I am, but not because I didn't love him. It's just more or less like for us ladies that are strong and being that shoulder for everyone else, you can't handle damsel in distress. That's not a role we can play very well. So what it looks like for us is, because everyone else cries to us, we can't even go down like that. It's like, I can give myself a day, 3 days, because Jesus got up on the 3rd day. That's all I can do. So 3 days is like, okay, what are we doing? What do I need to do? How do I need to move forward? And yeah, my little feelings are hurt, but life is still going forward. So I leaned back and I said, all you had to do is say, I don't care about you anymore. And the man said, you're up here with me. He was the driver at the concierge or whatever over we were going from Johannesburg. We're getting ready to go back to the airport to fly out to Zimbabwe. And he said, I care for you, Erica. You're going to come on with me as my wife. I'm like, what? He said, for real? I'm like, I'm serious. I said, okay, what? I said, where will we live? I said, well, let me back up and say this to you. I was like, you're not even gonna ask me what I do, who I am, whatever. You just bring my name tag and just know you want to be with me. What is that? So he's like, yeah, it's just that simple. You be my wife. You're my wife. And I'm like, okay. I said, where will we live? What will we eat? What will we do? And he's like, don't worry, I got everything ready for you. When you go to Zimbabwe and come back, I'll be waiting with the chocolates, the welcome sign, the roses, and all this stuff. He said, these are the witnesses, my fellow travel mates, 21 people, they're all the witnesses. We'll have the waiting when you get back. I'm like, what? So I'm thinking like, what are we doing? We're talking about careers. We're talking about, does he align with all the belief system? Is he a Christian? So I asked the question. I said, okay, at least let's be in the same faith pocket, right? So I'm like, okay, so you're a believer in, Jesus? Yeah. And I'll showed him a picture of my South African minister, Dr. Mies Tancredi, and he didn't know who he was. That's fine, that's cool. And he said, "Who was that?" I said, "That's my pastor." He said, "Okay." And so then I said, "What about?" Let me just start with saying, if we're looking at women in the Bible, that Lydia, I would be Lydia. I said definitely Proverbs 31, but we'll just give it a name because she didn't have a name. I said her name's Erica, but aside from that, her name, Lydia would be who I would be. And he said, "Okay, good. I would be Abram." I said, "Okay, that's all." There was no questions needed to be asked. He said, we got goats, we got sheep, we got chickens. I was like, you know what? He's going to take care of me. It should not be this deep. So what I want to say to you ladies is maybe you just need to reorder this thing, because marriage in our culture, the American culture, is this difficult jungle gym of a process that, we put so much in it. And Jabril said last week, it's genetically modified. He has to have this, he has to look like this, he has to whatever. And I want to say, for the record, I never seen so many South African princes, fine looking princes in one area, and so long that I forgot that even was a thing. And I am usually not the dark chocolate magnet type person, but I have to tell you, they have it going on. So I think we're going to be organizing a trip to South Africa through the Purpose and Powerful podcast, little 2-day women or 7-day women's retreat next year, possibly. And we might be going back. But me personally, I'll actually be going back in March. But, I think I'm going to take that page out of the playbook. So Jabril, what you think about it? Well, one proposal and 3 men that said, "Girl, look, you can be my wife. It's cool." Just that simple.
It's from the slippery slope, because
that's right.
You were on your way last week to this part, and look what happened. That's why I said that would be awesome to have more women come, because you women are appreciated in this area. So sometimes what you're looking for is because you won't get because you're in the wrong audience.
That's right.
You're the right person in the wrong audience in the wrong place. So it's nothing wrong with you, but your location is off.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. It must be the location.
Change your location, change your sphere, change your circle, and everything else. So people you shouldn't have to change yourself if you're going up and you know what you're doing right. Surround yourself with those who will love you, who call you beautiful, and show you that you're beautiful and valuable. That's it.